Hi teachers and second graders, how are you? This is Mr. Jacques, and we're going to learn how to do a thinking map using Prezi for our second grade standard of writing a narrative, which states that narratives are something to recount a well-elaborated event or short sequence of events, including detail to describe actions, thoughts, and feelings, and using temporal words to signal event order and provide a sense of closure. So this map is going to help us in creating a paragraph where we narrate something. So usually I like to do it on Mondays so that the students narrate a weekend, what they did over the weekend, or when they come back from vacation, whether it's spring break or Christmas vacation. So this is how we start. We start with a new Prezi, and it's going to think here for a little bit. So you can actually do your own blank template where you start from the beginning, or you can choose the templates that are there for you to create. So we're going to go ahead and since we're going to talk about a trip over summer vacation, we're going to do this world map, and it's to Paris. So I'm going to choose this world map here, or you can start a blank Prezi. Okay, so this one will be a little easier for the video where the template is already created, and we get to it and we zoom in. Okay, now we are using Step Up to Writing, kind of the colors that program used in the uses, or that was used in the past in our school. So main ideas are green, events in a sequence using those transitional words like first, then, finally. Those sentences are in yellow, and then the details to each one of those sentences are in red. So let's begin. Here we have our first bubble, which was just created just to save you guys more time. We have my trip to Paris, or mi viaje a París. And we went ahead and we hit the insert button here, and we selected image, and you'll see that this image screen will appear. I typed in Paris, and so we double clicked on this one, and a picture of the Eiffel Tower. It went in here, and we scrolled down a little bit, and we saw a picture, a map of Paris or a map of France, and we added it to it. Also, I added the word fantastic or fantastico, just to kind of describe how our trip was. So if we're writing our paragraph, we're going to say my trip to Paris was fantastic. So I want the students to go ahead and use words that to describe their trip. So there we go, and we have fantastico. We put fantastico in there. Okay, now we're going to go to one of our yellow bubbles, and we'll start here. Here is one actually pre-made. So this one we said first, primero. We visited the Louvre Museum. So again, yellow indicates that it's an event or something in sequence that occurred, and we have it both in Spanish and English since it is a Spanish bilingual school that I teach at. And this is important here. We have the details in red, part of the first, so they're inside of the yellow event, okay? And the details are in red. So we visited the Louvre Museum. We saw the famous Mona Lisa, vimos la famosa Mona Lisa. So that's one detail about the Louvre. And then we also have something that we liked about the Louvre. Louvre has a beautiful glass pyramid. So el Louvre tiene una pirámide hecho de vidrio muy bonita. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and create our second event that occurred. And let's just go ahead and find that bubble here, and we can scroll out, and we see it's on the top there. So click to add text. We're going to go ahead and segundo or second, comma, And I'll write it in English also, since this Prezi is for English. Oops, means Spanish. Segundo, and again, our writing should be in yellow because that is how we get our visual learners to understand that the sentences that are events are actually in yellow. So we added a background here, also pressing this button here, so that that yellow comes out a little better. So now we're going to add, we visited the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so we have that. And I'll put it in Spanish. Visitamos la Torre Eiffel. And I'm not too worried about sentence structure right now because a thinking map is more just a place to put your ideas down. And once the students write the paragraph, their first draft, that's when we worry about the structure of the sentence. So again, this is just a thinking map to help us build our paragraph in the future. So, and we're going to go ahead and add those details. So I'm going to have one red square or a circle and another one. Let me see where my circle icon is. We'll put it in there. Okay, and we zoom in and we start writing a little bit about the Eiffel Tower. Now, I would like to put a picture of the Eiffel Tower, so let's go ahead and do that. Eiffel Tower. You can also type in Spanish. And here's one. I'm going to add that in there. Double click on it. It'll pop out there. And we'll go ahead and size it up, crop it so that it fits in the bubble. Okay. So there's that. And I'm going to click on this. Subimos hasta arriba. We went all the way to the top. Okay, so I'll make that smaller using the smaller. There we go. And we went all the way to the top. Okay. So there's one. And again, remember that our detailed sentences are in red. So I'm going to add red to it. And we're going to do another detail of the Eiffel Tower. So here's our second detail that we're going to write. And I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'm going to customize a little bit so it's a little darker. And our yellow can be seen a little clearer. So I did that. And here you have one already filled out for you. And it says, you could see the whole city from above. Se miraba toda la ciudad. The color scheme works better also with the yellow on the top there, and we changed the font a little bit. So now that we have one sample, we can now go to our conclusion in order for this video not to be long. And here we have one already kind of done. We have en conclusión, in conclusion, me encantó mucho mi viaje para París. I really enjoyed my trip to Paris. Okay, so there we have all of our 3 points, our 3 important events in Paris. One of them that you did not see was the food that was eaten. And now we can go to the presentation aspect of the presentation of the Prezi. So you can put them in order here, your slides. If you want to change the order, you can hit Edit Path, and you can change them, back and forth, however. I will do another video as to how to go ahead and move these around. But for now, I just kind of want to show you what the presentation looks like. We hit present, and this is going to take us to the beginning of the Prezi. And there are some arrows that you will not be able to see in the video. Let me see if I can move it here. Here we go. Hopefully you can see that a little better. And we hit these arrows to start. So here's mis vacaciones a París. And you probably have a little bit cut off from the top. First, we visited Le Louvre. Okay. And here we have it zooming to the details. We saw the Mona Lisa. It was made out of glass. Here's one that was done already before the video started. We ate interesting food. We ate frog legs. We had crepes with strawberries and whipped cream. And finally, we went on top of the Eiffel Tower. Okay, and you could see the whole city from up. So these are details again from our event. And then we have our conclusion in green, which is the main idea. We restate the main idea. Me encantó mucho mi viaje para París. I really enjoyed my trip to Paris. Okay, and that's pretty much it. And then there's a video that we found. Let me show you how to do that. You're going to go ahead and on the top part where it says insert, move it up a little more. You're going to hit insert. Once you found the video on YouTube that you want, you hit YouTube video, and then you'll put the address that you've copied from the YouTube site. Okay. Hopefully this has been helpful. This is a great way for kids to get the visual, to have that movement, to understand what a paragraph entails, and then later on they'll understand what a 5-page or a 5-paragraph essay would look like if you're describing, something, an event that you did. So it starts off as 1 paragraph in 2nd grade, and as they move up in grades, the 1 paragraph turns into 5 paragraphs and so on. So it's building on the premise of being good writers and making sure they give details and making sure they organize their writing the best way that they can. And this helps with pictures, as we see a video for visual and those that learn best with video. And also we have pictures here of our trip, so that's something that is a bonus when you are using this Prezi program. Okay, so now that we have our map done, our thinking map, we can now construct our paragraph. This is our paragraph completely constructed. We have the introduction sentence and the conclusion sentence in green. They restate the main idea. My trip to Paris over the summer was fantastic. And in conclusion, my family and I enjoyed our trip to Paris. We have our 3 events that were most important. First, we visited the famous Louvre Museum. These are in yellow. Second, we ate some interesting and delicious food. And finally, we went to the top of the Eiffel Tower. And then for each yellow's event or important point, we have the details. Inside, we saw the Mona Lisa. I also really like the beautiful glass pyramid. That's for the Louvre. I ate frog legs for the first time. I like the crepes with best of strawberries and whipped cream. That's for the delicious and interesting food. And then we have, finally, I was tired waiting in line for a long time, and the view from the top, though, was spectacular. That's for the trip to the Eiffel Tower. We remind the kids that in a final draft, there is no more color. That's just to help us guide. And here we have our final paragraph in action once it has been peer edited and worked through to get the best and greatest draft of the paragraph. So that's how our Prezi map helps us become better writers for second graders and for us teachers to teach it this way. Thank you.